It has been a week since the Hunt Mega Edition has been added to the game, and we only have 4 more days until the Hunt Mega Edition actually expires. Now, the thing is, there are currently 2 badges which no one still has got in Tower Defense Simulator, that being the Sigil of the Deathwalker and the Korblox code. These 2 things, these 2 badges, as you can see, nobody's got. Obviously, there's the Coreblocks token, the regular token, event token, where over, I think, 1 million people have it. Yeah, 1.37 million people have gotten it. Meanwhile, for Impossible Mode, because it's not technically part of the Roblox event, it's just its own separate thing, only less than 100,000 people have got it. Despite the fact that this is a Roblox, I guess, advertised event. However, the more important thing is the fact that the Sigil of the Deathwalker and the Coreblocks code still has not been gotten. Now, I don't know how invested you are into the Coreblocks event or the Hunt Mega Edition event, but there is something called the Mega Token, which is different to the Korblox token here, where you get, I don't know, $1 million at the end of it if you get everything in all the games, but the problem is, you have to do the games in order. Now, for Tower Defense Simulator, once you get the Mega Token, there isn't really much that happens, I don't think. Now, as far as I'm aware, the Mega Edition token, or the Mega Token, or the objectives for the Mega Token, it may not even involve this event at all, as is the case for some of the games. However, if it's anything like Outpost 32, where there was like a true form for the Frost Spirits, there may be a case where you need to go into the game, find some stuff, and then activate the true form of the Korblox Deathwalker, or the Mega Token Hunt Edition, whatever. Basically, what I'm saying is there could be another form of the Deathwalker, which you can be able to beat in Tower Defense Simulator for the Mega Token badge. However, like I said, you actually need to beat the games in order, of Roblox's dictated order, to get the Mega Token badge, and therefore activate, if there is going to be one, the Sigil Deathwalker. The problem is, looking at Connor 3D's channel for the Mega Tokens, ignoring my search, there are currently, 18 games with the Mega Token? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 games with the Mega Token. 18 games you need to beat before Tower Defense Simulator to get the Mega Token. Bearing in mind, there are 25 games in this Hunt Mega Edition, and you need to be at least over half of them, actually, to get at least the Mega Token for Tower Defense Simulator. In fact, it's not even known how many games you need to beat before Tower Defense Simulator before you need to get the Mega Token for Tower Defense Simulator. It seems to be the case where Tower Defense Simulator may be the last game to get the Mega Token. And looking at the amount of people who have beaten the Mega Token quests up to Car Crashers 2, which I believe is the 16th game in order, it looks like only 24,000 people have beaten it so far. Now, I am aware that this is quite far down the list, and the guide for these were released only a couple of hours ago. So in every case, there might be a couple of people who are still lagging behind. But then even if we go to, say, a Mega Token event for Metro Life, for example, you can see, 98,000 people for an event that, here, you can see 1 million people have tried to get at least the regular token. Yeah, it seems to be the case where this name tag, or this badge that the Tower Defense Simulator has for the Mega Token, is going to be quite rare in terms of Tower Defense Simulator standards. Now, the events, the Mega Token itself, the quests that you require to get this, are actually quite hard, at least initially. So obviously, the first one is SpongeBob Tower Defense, which, if you're a fan of that Tower Defense game, congratulations, I guess. But then it gets to Untitled Tag game, which is, fair enough. It's some challenge involved in that. But then you get to Pressure. Pressure is difficult. You have to look at an enemy, or you have to look at someone who's trying to attack you, but trying to help you at the same time. Yeah, there's the jump scare thing, which fair enough, but it's still very difficult. Then you got Chained, which seems to be quite long, but then after that, after the first 4, you get guys which seem to be okay-ish, as in, looking on Connor's channel, 6 minutes, 9 minutes, yeah, in comparison to 26 minutes of guide for the Pressure badge. Yeah, doesn't seem to be that bad. And then you get to 12 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. So after the first 4, it may be easier. Oh, well, apart from Arsenal. Yeah, okay, Arsenal, thank you very much. But the fact that you only need to beat at least 18 games before you beat the Tower Defense Simulator's Mega Token means that you're going to have to grind this probably for longer than a weekend. And the problem is, we have 4 days basically. Now, for Tower Defense Simulator, this really doesn't matter in terms of any content related stuff, except it literally does. There is one thing in this update where it is probably linked to the Mega Hunt, and that is the Coreblocks Hunter tag here. It seems very likely that this Coreblocks Hunter tag is awarded when you complete the Mega Edition Hunt in Tower Defense Simulator for the Mega Token. Now that means for this badge, or this name tag specifically, the Coreblocks Hunter tag, you need to beat at least 18 other games before you can even get Tower Defense Simulator's Hunter tag. Now, because there are a lot of people who are doing the Mega Token quests, I don't think it'll be like one of the rarest name tags in the game. Well, actually, it might be one of the rarest name tags in the game, given the fact that all the other name tags you could probably get through like purchase or other stuff. Actually, no, the Triumph of All Knights, that probably had like less 25,000 or less, and like I can see at least 100,000 people have gotten up to at least one of the, I don't know, 15th or 12th games. So there's every chance that a load of people will get the Korblox Hunter name tag. However, what are the chances that all of them are like TDS regular pros? The chances are not likely. So the fact that the Korblox Hunter name tag is awarded at the end of the Mega Token hunt is probably going to boost up the numbers a bit. But none of those players are probably going to play Tower Defense Simulator all that regularly. Therefore, being able to see a Korblox Hunter name tag in the real world is probably going to be one of the rarest name tags, apart from the fact that the champion name tag exists. I mean, the only problem is the champion's name tag you can get at any time, technically, since it is technically an evergreen name tag, whereas for the Korblox Hunter name tag, it is limited edition, and we have less than 4 days, and we still don't know the method of getting that name tag, especially because there are other games involved. Now, that is technically just a theory, however, a very likely theory, but there is every chance that the developers may make it easier for ourselves. You may not need to go through all at least 18 games to beat their mega hunts before you can get Tower Defense Simulator's mega hunts and get the Korblox Hunter name tag. So, as you can see, there are 2 badges. What I've noticed is that other games, they also have badges that no one's gotten. As you can see here, Headquarters badge in Untitled Tag Game, nobody's gotten. And then here, Ethereal Exit, no one's also gotten as well. But here, for, what was it, Metro Life or City Life, they get the badges here. There are 3 badges here: Metro Inquirer, Metro Pathfinder. All of these have no one getting it as well, only the Metro Seeker. Now, it seems to be the case where 2 of the badges are actually red herrings. That seems to be the case that this game, Fish, here also has the same outcome. There's 3 badges here that are red herrings. Well, 2 of them are red herrings likely, but one of these is probably the badge that gets the Mega Token. So, probably, for Tower Defense Simulator, the fact that there are, technically there are 2 badges. I mean, you got the Defeat the Brute, which has the question mark, and then you got the Coreblocks code, which is, no one's gotten that. Likely, these 2 are the red herring badges, but likely, the Sigil of the Deathwalker is the one that is not the red herring badge. Now, the fact that there is a code on the portal, actually, that might be a red herring because it indicates to this one, the Coreblocks code. It may be the case where it is actually Sigil of the Deathwalker. That's the actual badge that you need to get. Now, that being said, the spare badge here, maybe that could be used for once the $1 million has been won by some random player from the back streets of Uzbekistan. Maybe Tower Defense Simulator will initiate the Coreblocks code or the Sigil of the Deathwalker, whichever one's the spare one, as part of a, quote, easier quest to get the Roblox Hunt or the Coreblocks Hunter name tag. Now, I've seen some suggestions in other Roblox communities that once the $1 million has been won, or once the first 10 players got the $1 million, and verified by Roblox, they may allow for all the players to get the Mega Tokens in their choosing, thereby skipping the requirement where you need to do all the games in order, aka miss out pressure, because pressure is the hardest one. In that case, it would make the name tag for the Tower Defense Simulator much more significantly easier, again, because you do not require the efforts of other games before you can get Tower Defense Simulator's Mega Token. However, what are the chances of that, really? It seems like the Coreblocks Hunter name tag is linked to the Coreblocks Mega Token badge, and that alone. Therefore, I couldn't say that the Coreblocks Hunter name tag is going to be one of the rarest, probably not the rarest currently right now. The Champion's name tag is probably still rarer, but it's going to be probably the 2nd or 3rd rarest name tag in Tower Defense Simulator. And especially in common use, it'll probably be one of the rarest. Because after all, the Champion's name tag is going to be used by people who will probably want to flex it for bragging rights, whereas the Coreblocks Hunter name tag are probably going to be gotten by people who probably don't play Tower Defense Simulator regularly. Will the developers make it easier? Probably not. Fortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles, and Tower Defense Simulator was one of the last games to be included into the Mega Edition hunt. Great. Could you imagine if Tower Defense Simulator is the last game? Given the fact that, how many games are left? 7. It could be very likely that Tower Defense Simulator is one of the last games. It's a 14% chance that you need to beat 24 different other games before you beat Tower Defense Simulator. Yeah, I wonder, for those that count for completionists, do you count the Coreblocks Hunter name tag as one of those? Because some people have said, for example, that the Champion's name tag, because it's so rare, that doesn't count as a completionist, nor does the Frostspawner. I'm not entirely sure I agree with that. You need to get everything in the game to be a completionist, and I'm not a completionist. I am missing 3 things. I'm missing the Champion name tag, the Frostspawner, and the Pumpkin Militant skin. However, I might have to concede the fact that I may not get the Korblox Hunter name tag because I'm just so busy, and the fact that the event ends in 4 days. And because it's a Roblox sanctioned event, the developers can't extend it unless Roblox extends it. There's every chance that Roblox extends it. However, I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't rely on it. 4 days, 18 other games at least to get the name tag if you really want to. But that's going to be very difficult.